Today, SeaWorld released its attendance numbers for the year and said that 22.4 million people visited the San Diego park. That easily makes it one of the biggest draws for our city. For comparison, the San Diego Zoo averages more than 3 million visitors a year. And joining us now to talk about SeaWorld's decision and how it could impact the company's image is Eric Brewald, an economist at National University. Big move today. The orcas are a huge draw. How does this affect the park financially?
Absolutely. Well, Steve, one of the things we know about theme parks is that investment is critical and that parks need to make investments every 2 or 3 years to keep those people coming back. I mean, the challenge from today's announcement is it sounds like investments at San Diego will be lower as SeaWorld directs those resources toward other parks that have a longer term, better future for the company.
At first thought, you would think this is a win for Blackfish. This is a win for PETA, everybody else against this. But I've also heard this could be a win-win for the park because it's incredibly expensive to run the orca program there.
Well, let's be sure what we understand what they said is that they really talked about the San Diego park in terms of scaling back that investment. They didn't say that these investments or this decision would be replicated in either Orlando or San Antonio. So what could be happening is you could see a reduction in the investment here and a refocusing of the efforts into those two other parks that fit with their longer term strategy. I think that it's not a win-win at all for everybody in this debate. I think it's actually possibly a win for the company and a lose for San Diego as we see investments scaled back.
What about a loss for the wildlife, the sea life in our area? One thing that SeaWorld does, they have all these rescue programs that are funded by the park, things that happen at the park, the merchandise. Does this hurt that?
Well, I think it's too early to know exactly for that, for sure. I mean, clearly SeaWorld over its last 2 decades of ownership has made that a tremendous part of their brand. Right. They've talked about that, making that part going forward on the call. I think, though, the real question is that they look at their assets across the country and look at how San Diego fits therein. It's not one of the most profitable parks when we look at that. Typically, the Florida parks are much more profitable on a per dollar basis. And so when they start to reinvest those dollars that are scarce, it's a question about where they're going to deploy them.
So much to learn from this. Eric Brewald, we appreciate your insight with National University.
No problem.
Thank you.